Jackie Gamble, one of the S.A.F.E Coalition members, and I'd like to talk to you today about some of the flawed studies that we think CSHR is making. We pointed out that the CHSRA and their newly appointed international consultants don't know the San Fernando Valley, and they don't understand the nuances of the communities, the environment, or our culture. They don't understand the interconnections of valleys, open space, national monuments, or the national forest. They don't understand the concept of environmental justice and how inappropriate it is to propose a high-speed rail train through the downtown areas of San Fernando, Silmar, or the heart of Pacoima. When you add this to the fact that they have been so unresponsive to our written and verbal comments, testimony at many meetings, and it has resulted in a very flawed and limited SAA report. As you know, the Supplemental Alternatives Analysis Report, which that has become the foundation of their EIR and their environmental studies. It currently includes 2 surface routes, which we think obviously should be eliminated. That would leave just 2 tunneled routes, which are not sufficient for an EIR. So we need to identify some new routes. And, we need to do it now because it's a timely issue. And the last thing that we think really affects you guys, more importantly, is they're all seeming to end up in Burbank. Why not consider a route that doesn't include Burbank? A true EIR should always have a no-project alternative and, consider, maybe Burbank isn't the best place to stop. I hope you, as, the people who run Burbank, would consider such a thing. During the time to lead up to the creation of their current SAA report, the high-speed rail has done limited field studies and just a few desktop tests or models. They have refused our request to meet on the banks of the streams that flow through our communities where people are out there all the time. We know those streams. We know where the streams flow. We know what springs are active. We can show them what kind of water is there and how they're impacted. So we want them to meet with the true community that actually will be impacted. For example, I live directly above the Big Tahunga Wash. There's a stream flowing through there right now. I don't know of any natural spring that's flowing in Southern California outside of this one that's a natural spring. Everything else is an effluent-dominated water body or some unnatural spring or stream or riverbed. This is a real spring. Not only is it a spring that is flowing in a time of severe drought, but it's one of the best quality streams in the entire LA basin. It has the highest water quality rating you can get in the basin plan. We don't need any TMDLs. You guys are all familiar with TMDLs. We don't need any for the Big Tahunga Wash because the water quality is so good. And not only do we have this water supply there, but we have great perk beds. This is a place where you want to go to have a sustainable water supply. I'm a soil and water scientist. I look at the water perking into these areas. This is where you can sink a lot of water. You have a huge big watershed in the upper part of that area, the Big Tahunga Wash and Little Tahunga Wash. They both drain down into this main area that feed into the LA River. You can perk a lot of water in that basin. And not only do you have the side behind Hansen Dam, which if they ever fix the Hansen Dam gates, we can really utilize that. But you can feed all those perk beds on the downstream side. This high-speed rail would definitely impact that. So we think the studies need to be made to address those issues. Currently, it's hard to tell what the high-speed rail people have been doing. We've asked for, okay, if you've started your water studies, what's your scope of work? If you guys put in new lights or a beautiful new bike path or some improvement in the city of Burbank, I'm sure you guys asked for, well, what's the scope of work of your project? What are you going to do? We can't get that from these people. So before you today is a resolution to collect a whole lot of money from HSR. And it seems to me that that's like a teaser. That's money that they want to give you so you cooperate with them. Well, they're not cooperating with us. We're one of your neighboring communities. We hope that you get better answers out of them than we're getting. So please, you have staffers that act on your behalf and investigate things that affect your cities. These are business people that know, projects, engineers that see these things go forth. You need to get all the right answers and have your staffers be able to get the answers that we can't seem to get. So, you know, the teaser of over $1 billion that they're going to give you, yeah, it's a lot of money, but get the answers that you need to see how this is going to affect your community as well as your neighboring communities that are around you. Thank you very much.